run here again. A bit stiffer again. So, there we go. Now, this is pretty much standard cake mix number 1. From here, you can do absolutely anything you want with it. You can leave it plain, you can cut it into 2 and split jam between it, and you get kind of a vague Victoria sponge. It's not as light as you might want, but it's a good general all-purpose cake mix. So, to the all-purpose cake mix, I add chocolate chips. If I open, I add chocolate chips. Again, add gradually. And here are the amaretto soaked cherries. Let's just have a quick taste to make sure they're okay. Yes, they are. In fact, they're probably obscene, if you ask me. Now, I don't want to put all the liquid in, because that would be well, that would make the mixture a bit more runny than I really want. But I'm not adverse to chucking some in, as it will flavour the rest of the cake with a nice kind of cherry almond flavour. So almost like a Bakewell tart. Give that a mix and see how it's distributed. One thing to remember is that I'm using fruit, and because I'm using fruit I want a slightly thicker than usual mixture. It's not too bad, just want a tiny bit more flour, not much. That looks good. That looks like it's not going to sink through. Because the idea is that at the end of your cooking you want the cherries to be evenly distributed and spread out nicely through the height and the length of the cake. Make your mixture too thin and it will just sink off to the bottom. You know what, can't really have too much in there of chocolate chips. Especially as these are quite small. Let's get some more in there. Right. Right. I can't be bothered to grease a tin. I mean, you can. I've got a little bit of melted butter left over, but I'm just going to use greaseproof paper, well, baking paper, as a liner because it's easier, so much easier. Anyway, here we go. So here we have our basic cake. You could be a bit fancy, toss some flaked almonds on it, or, well, you know, do whatever you want. It's your cake. If you think it's going to taste nice, it might. It's worth trying. But anyway, I digress. Here it is. There is oven. Oven's been preheated at gas mark 5-ish. It's an old oven, so all the gas mark bits have been wiped off. So it's about there-ish on the thing. And in it goes. And now you wait. It's going to make the house smell of quite lovely almonds and cherries and cake, and it's going to be gorgeous. Yes, health and safety. You should not eat this cake mix. You know, it's got raw egg and all sorts of horrible things in, honest. So if you do, use the amaretto, because the alcohol will kill off all the bacteria, honest.